Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome. My name's Nori. We're coming to you live from the Digital Engineering server. This is modded Minecraft Valhelsia 3. And this is our mess. So, yesterday, if you guys were here, we did a little bit of rearranging the environments. Ripped up some chunks of land, we moved things around. I sat around, had a very long, boring, satisfying day of watching the island get put back together piece by piece. If you want to see some of how that came about, hop on, check out yesterday's VODs. They're there. And if you're coming in later, then they'll probably be up on the YouTube site. You should be able to see them there as well. Being said, let's get some exploring music going. So we'll take a peek out over here. So welcome to our new Botania area. So here is the little spot where we had our water filled in for our infinite water supply. Over here was where we had the tree farm set up. And we'll probably put all of this back in place just the way it was. Made for a nice mana generation while we were out here. Now, when we put the ground in here, the grass actually turned purple like the surrounding grass. But you can use pasture seeds and achieve this nice green effect. So we were able to keep the green grass look. Oops. We were able to keep the green grass look from the overworld when we brought it over here. Yeah. Guys on the server giving me a hard time. It's alright. It's all good. We're all having fun, and that's what matters most. But we have our island in place. Now we just need to build our walls, throw up some lighting, get some water off the edges. And this will be a lovely place to do all of our Botania work. So, this will be fun. I think we're getting music clashing. That's not cool. There we go. Nice happy music. So yeah, so this is where we ended up at, and so our little island turned out rather well. And then we'll plug in a castle here. We'll probably rope in some of the external environments around the area as well. Do some floating lamps. Get a nice little lovely glow going on. Some extra lighting so it's not quite as dark. But in the end, we're not. We're at the ever dawn. But I like it. It's turned out really well. But we got to figure out what kind of castle to build over there. What else do we have going on? Well, we have laid out the base ground for our statue going over there. Okay, figure out what to build for that. We did fix up our floors. So this now is, we got rid of all the trapdoors. No more trapdoors. Yay. One of our server guys came by and donated his living armor that he made since he couldn't wear it. It's currently a bug in the blood magic. You really don't want to put that on when you're playing on a server. So what did we do for our door here? Well, we attached it to this button and this redstone link. And that just makes the whole door activation swing in, swing out. It's a very satisfying look on how all of that behaves. So how did we achieve this marvelous effect? Well, over here. Go here for a second. Only just a little bit. So you can see we added in some water wheels in our pond area. And those wheels are, there's a shaft right there where you're running a series of encased chain drives to transfer that power right here. Right here is a sequence gear shift. Now we've got it set for 1 meter turns, period, since that's all for the piston has to travel is 1 meter. This is also very important because it's what also allows the stairs to flip up like they do. So underneath this section right here, you can see the back half of our floor where it comes up at. I covered this with the rest of the treated wood planks to kind of make it blend in with the rest of this underground area. So you're not drawn to it as much. On the inside, we have sticky mechanical pistons. They attach to half of the stairs. So when the button is pushed, the stairs travel 1 meter, and 1 meter on a rotational on a mechanical bearing is equivalent to a 180-degree turn. So we're basically just flipping it. And so that's how we accomplish this lovely little feat. As we did it all from one sequence gear shifter. I was actually thinking we're going to have to use a couple of these to make this work, but playing around with it made it work out. Once you put it up there and you watch it all spin for the first time, yeah, it breaks everything, but after that it's easy. You'll catch well on what's going on. Now, we did use a lot of super glue to attach these blocks and everything to themselves. So that's how we're achieving the effect of this moving without it actually being a create contraption. The fact that they're attached to the sticky pistons make them a create contraption. And then by using super glue, we're basically telling create anything with super glue in between them are also part of the same contraption. Which is what allows us to turn the floor up. Take this out. You can see there's a piece of super glue right there. And so that allows us to turn the floor. That allows us to move the stairs. And we did build a second set of stairs, so I've got a second basement now that is only accessible when the door is closed. So you come down here and you can we still have all of our normal machines, but one of the farms that we threw together, we're still working on, so we still got some decoration to do in here. Literally just finished hollowing this stuff out. We have a mob crusher, and down here on the floor we have a mob duplicator. That works out really nicely because right now what this system is producing, and I need to get more essence coming into here, which is another one of those things we're working on today. But as you can see, the mob crusher is collecting us some gas tiers and some gunpowder because flip the switch and we get a very upset gas tier shows up. So he's just big enough to fit in here. He's 6 rounds, just long enough for the mob crusher to kill him. Makes a whole lot of noise. You are a noisy individual. Just save everybody's ears. So yeah, and then you can see we are getting lots of gas tiers. Now this is all important because we are going to use the gas tiers to make end crystals. I do want some end crystals. They're also very useful for mob capture devices. So there's that use. But yeah, this is going to be what I'm going to dub my Hall of Villainy. So we'll go that direction, and we'll set up little stalls like this where you can turn it on. We'll spawn in a mob and collect whatever it is that we're supposed to collect with him. Now, how are we going to power this system? Well, talking with Zoda, who is a member on our server here, and we've been brainstorming between the two of us two different methodologies of doing this. I have my bone meal farm, which produces an insane amount of bone meal. So much so that it looks like the system can't even keep up with it. Just an absolute insane amount of bone meal. It's, oh, yeah. Right, that's the problem. Houston, we have a situation here. Wow. Yeah, we need to do something with these. I think there's supposed to be a trash can. Isn't there a trash can? No, there's not a trash can. We need to do something with these. Right now, do something like this with them. We're going to have to find out something else to do. I guess we'll just make ourselves a little lava trash can. We can throw these away into the lava. I think that's what we'll do. Just peel off everything else that comes out of that because we don't really care. Throw it away in the lava. Call it a day. So we're going to take care of that real quick because this is going to be where we get all of our liquid essence to power the system. And that's working out phenomenally well as far as generation of liquid essence. Holy cow. That, yeah. It kicked out a lot more than I thought it was going to. Alright. So, things that we need to get done. Right, so we'll go this way. And because we are not going to do anything like super crazy with this, which I think we have. That's our crate box. That's our crate box. Do I have? That'll work. One of those. Don't see a chest in here, but we do have a bucket of lava. That'll work. Almost lost my new axle. It's going to be most miffed. Let's see. We need a storage device. That'll work. I need another logistical transporter. So let's go get one of those real quick. Bouncy, bouncy. One logistical transporter. Oh, we do have one. That's perfect. Couldn't ask for it any better. Okay, so we have at our bone meal farm, we have a logistical sorter guy. It's this guy right here. So he's actually color coding everything that we want. So all of the green items are going that way. And so what we need to have happen here is get our configurator. Remember, is the shift. Yeah. All right. So we'll turn this one to none. That can stay green because that will still go there. We want this guy, and then we'll plug him up to this chest. And what should happen it's not happening. Whoa, why'd you go in there? You're not supposed to go in there. Okay. blue, green, cyan. There we go. So, add a new filter. See, how do we want to do that? Should we just grab them by hose? Oh. No, that's not gonna work. I didn't think that was gonna work. Couldn't be that lucky. That's fine. Like that one. New filter item. Grab the golden hose. As long as we can get rid of at least those guys, and we'll deal with everything else after the fact. And then one basic lava bucket. And then that's going in the wrong direction. It's just going in the wrong direction. Because my luck says it has to go in the wrong direction. Nope. Did not put it there. And so here we go again. Let's play find the missing tool. There it is. There we go. And that will take care of at least the hose. I don't really care to see any of that mess. There we go. I'm missing something. I should just clean the rest of that out. Skeleton skulls we can have some fun with. The birch we can have some fun with, and we'll figure out what to do with the rest of it as it continues to fill up. But for right now, what we have is a trash chute. And we don't have to worry about it. All right, back to what we were. The next items on the list. Stuff. So much to do. All right. So now we have our fluid essence. We have our network receiver here. We're going to run a couple cables and importer. We will import that once we get a new disk drive and we need fluid storage. So much to do, so little time. No, scratch that. Whatever. So first thing we want is an importer. So let's go make ourselves an importer. And the other thing we want is our fluid disk. 24. Let's see if we can even make one of these. So we need to teach it how to make silicone and buckets. That's what we need to teach it how to do. So, we have space in our crafter. Yes, we have space in our crafter. So silicone is this guy, pattern. Processing, we'll grab our nether quartz. And now, here's a neat little trick for those of you watching. Because we have, I can spell it correctly, silicone. Because we have JEI, JEI will actually allow you to drag the resources straight out of its page and drop it onto your pattern crafter. So this is a great way for if you don't have the resources to make whatever pattern you're looking to make. This is a wonderful way to get to still be able to make the pattern and come back for it. So Tim had to make that. And then the other items that we needed. There was one other thing that we wanted to create. Buckets. Gotta have buckets. So if we go back to our pattern crafter, I can grab the iron from here if I wanted to, or ask for a bucket here. You can open up and grab the recipe and pull it over that way. Or again, we can look up iron. We can grab the iron ingots and you can just drag and drop right onto the crafting window and get your pattern. So, like I said, real useful way to get patterns, especially if you don't have the materials. So, let's go back. We've made our importer now, I believe. Oh, no, we haven't made the importer. We just told them to make the importer. We're running low on crafters, so let's make another crafter. Make one of those. Okay, so we're not making the crafter yet. But we still want fluid. So go craft one of those. Wow. Okay. Houston, we do not have enough nether quartz. That's a problem. That is a big problem. Let's see. So I'll come back here to the crush machine. How much? There's 18 stacks in. Now, let's see if that's going to be enough to get us there. If not, we'll have to get more. Looks like we're going to have to make some more charcoal blocks anyways because our machine has stopped running. There's always something. This one's still going. Okay. We've been all over the place. I have been so very lax in my charcoal. Maybe that's something we look into doing, is teaching the system how to automatically make charcoal. Let's see, that is not going to be nearly enough. All right. So for right now, we'll make a smaller one then. Let's see if we can make the 256. Is there enough for that? He's much cheaper to make. Alright. We'll go ahead, just to make that one. Right, disk drive. Gotta have a disk drive. So, probably should just teach the system how to make those. Ooh. That's not what I wanted. This is what I wanted. Those. so much better if you leave the auto sort on. There we go, one disk drive. And we'll go put this one with the other disk drive. That's what we'll do. Don't know why I separated disk drives like that. I did, and it's just fine. I think that's because initially I was planning on using this as my main storage area, and then I got heavily involved in this, and well, there you have it. I don't like that spot. Oh, maybe just stick it right here. That's good. That'd be good enough. I could technically move the switch from here to here. There. All right. So, which one did we make? We made the 256. 1024. Okay, so storage housing 1024. We also wanted an importer. Did we make the importer already? We did not. We also will need a couple of cables. All right, fluid in fluid. Okay. Look at that. Now we're making. Have to poke fun at Zoda, but you know, this is how you make content. Big storage importer. Which way I'm going. And then it's like this. Down around the corner. Like you in here. Now you need to open up the importer and make certain you set it to fluid. Otherwise, it will start to just grab odd things. We don't want it to grab odd things. We specifically want it to grab fluid. And then we hitch our cable in, just like that. And as you can see, there goes the fluid. Off and away. Taken away. Now, we do need to make a fluid monitor, because that would be useful to keep track of things like this. So we'll run back downstairs. We'll go make a fluid monitor. It's easy peasy. So fluid grid. Wow, there's so much to make. All right, there's that bit. There's that bit. And there we go, one fluid grid. Let's see. Probably should move that power somewhere else. Let's do that real quick. We'll kill our storage system briefly. Pop it back in there. Just like that. And then we Put our fluid grid right there. Bango. 1 ink sac. I want to keep with the color code here. There we go. And so now we can see we got fluid essence coming in. Now you can take a bucket and scoop this out. You can take any one of these fluid tanks and scoop it out. We did all of this because we are going to go down here. We did all that because what we now need to do is part of our system here is this guy needs fluid essence to run. So we are getting fluid essence off in this, but I think what we may also do is run fluid essence in from the bottom. Yeah, or run a line this way down our hall of refined. And then that way we can pump fluid essence from the system, which is getting it from the bone meal farm, and really just supercharge this whole system. The other nice thing too is then we can also take and plug into the back end of this guy and get that might not be a bad idea actually. We could put power at the top. We can run the line that way across the, no, we can run the line that way. We can hook him right straight up into the system so he can pull these items straight in. And then hook up the back. Yeah, we only just need one, because then we can just take the fluid straight from him, and then he would get it from the system. I know I'm rambling right now. There's a master plan, I promise. We're getting there. We are getting there. So fluid's coming in, beautiful, beautiful. Let's make ourselves need some more network. So we're going to want the network cards. Yeah, those. You know what we should do? Let's fill. Yep. It's called make another crafter. We wanted the crafter so that we could make that. Oh, I promise we're getting there. Still working on the first cup of coffee, but we're getting there. Things are moving along very well. There we go. One crafter. Now there was a mod pack. I'm trying to remember. I think it was actually called Delivery Inc. Had upgraded crafters. So they had there's another mod pack that adds to refined and actually increases the crafter speed. So you had ways to actually get more recipes in a crafter, and they would also process faster. I say this because I had an entire wall of these guys, and you could just order something made, and a lot of times it was there before you even got back to search for it in the crafting grid. It was just wild. It was fun. So the thing that we want to teach our machine how to make is going to be one of these guys. So we'll just punch that in there. Bam. Now, by leaving exact unchecked, we can have flavolite here. It won't care. It'll use whatever stone you have in the system. You can see we made ours with flavolite. Take it out. We grab a pattern crafter. And now we say, hey, I want a network. That's what we came here to make. And you can see I don't have flavolite, but the system seems to think it can make it. And it's going to make it from stone, not flavolite. So, nice little helpful thing to keep in mind. Oh, yes. we are going to need some netherite ingots. We'll go to our vault of goodies. Yeah, we'll need 2 of those. I hate that they changed the recipe to use netherite ingots for that. That is a very expensive recipe. The old 112 did not use netherite for that. I guess it's not such a big deal because those are rather useful, the networks, and they're rather powerful. I suppose I can't complain too terribly much, but one transmitter, make those. Thank you. And while we're doing this, let's get a network card. Network card, thank you. We have a receiver, so we need a transmitter. Always something. There we go. And then while we're here, we should make some cables. You know what? Let's just teach the machine to make our cables for us. We can order. By the way, if you find you have stuff in here and you need to make more, if you pick it up and take it out, you get the option to craft. But if you hold shift, no, it's not shift. No, they used to have a shortcut key for this. Whatever. Go ahead and give me a stack of that. Let's see. We need an external storage. So we want an importer and exporter. Yep. And that's something we taught the machine how to make. It is not. So we are going to, because you'll find it. Once you get started down this route, you just tend to make a lot of these. So first thing is the importer. Importer, and then the next thing is going to be the exporter. One exporter. Have importer and exporter. This is important because we are going to use 2 importers. You have to do 2 importers on the crusher, and we're going to use 1 exporter on the duplicator. And that will let us remove a bunch of extra cables. So let's go order up importer. We want 2 of those. We'll order up an exporter. We want 1 of those. And then we're going to go look for our cables. Take a half stack of those. There's our porters, and there's our exporters, and we are now just about ready to get going. We are going to put, is the transmitter. We'll put a transmitter right there. Here. And then, so I think what I would want to do with this, we're going to take off this mechanical pipe. We don't need the mechanical pipe. We do need power. But I think we want to run power a different way this time. grab the power supply. Let's do this. That's probably a little on the dark side. Easy for everybody to see what's going on. Oh yes, that's the switch. Take out the redstone signal. We need that. So here. I don't care if I actually see those. I think it'll be fun to see those. So power. Good. And we need, so this is where we plug the exporter in, right here on the back. We set him to fluid. Now, if you had the fluid type, this would make life easy. And we can get a fluid type by getting a container, going to our fluid grid. Nope, you won't fill it up. Bucket. One way doesn't work. Go a different way. Really gonna be painful. All right, I'm not certain why that's behaving. Morning, Shale. Have a sleepy Shale come by for a visit. It is Sunday morning coffee. There you go. There is your dosage of PDA for today. All right. So, with our example, we can, there we go. So all this does is just make certain that the only thing we're porting into here is the is essence, because that's all we really want it coming into here from the system is essence. And then now we grab our importers. Stick an importer on the back. Set you to fluids. Set an importer at the bottom. We'll leave him as items. Grab our cable, and then grab our network card. Get our network locations. Now, the thing that we can do is disable this from every other direction. Because I think we put the fluid at the back. Yes, we did. So we'll set the fluid now to only, we'll just leave it enabled. That should be fine. And then the output items, yeah, that's fine. Doesn't matter. He'll pick all those up. He'll pick all those up, and it's, we'll actually see all of that dump right on out just as soon as we go and throw this right inside there. So if we turn on our fluid, you can see that's still coming in. If we go back to this guy, we should see he is very full of essence, and our crusher is being drained slowly out. Now, they make upgrades for these. For items, if you're getting a large quantity of items coming in, so much so that you can't keep up with it, my suggestion would be is you go to refined, and where are they at? You make one speed upgrade, and then you make a couple stack upgrades. Stack upgrades are really the key. You do the speed just because it will move through the stacks faster, but the stack upgrade actually means that it will take, so by default it only takes one at a time. The first stack upgrade takes 16, the second does 32, and a third stack upgrade will actually pull a whole stack out at a time. So if you're really trying to look to remove items from the inventory of your storage system, you want to do 3 stack upgrades in 1 speed, and it'll just clean out any inventory. So all of that's in place now. All that is working. We're all nice and happy. I don't care that I can see all the cables because I think that's cool. I like to look at the cables. So we'll button this back up. Take off our night vision goggles because we don't need those anymore. And then we can activate the system. And then there's a big gas button. And you can watch now as everything just goes happy-go-lucky right into the system. And so there is one of the little shop of horror guys taken care of. So that's one farm for our Hall of Villainy. The next one we have to do is going to be our needs to be a wither farm. Now, what we could do is make a couple more of these guys, the mob crusher and mob duplicator, and we could set the wither farm up. And it's going to look pretty much the same as what we see here. You'll have 2 importers, 1 exporter. We don't need to do another network receiver because we can just run cables now from here. We will need to run power. So we can either relocate this power. For shame, mob crusher, you didn't get them all. I suppose we'll have to upgrade the range on him. That's all right. Hi, Gamer Zen. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow. What's going on, my friend? Nice little happy farm. But yeah, so the next things would be is to figure out do power. We'll move power over there somewhere. I think we'll just do another flux setup like that. I kind of just like the way this looks. Just like a nice little self-contained unit. So we'll probably just set that up. And then we need to do some decorating in here and make it all look pretty. How are you doing this Sunday morning? I guess it's Sunday morning. Maybe it's not Sunday morning for you. Not bad, not bad. That's good. Let's go see if we can't trick our system. Play with our brand new door, which is so much fun to watch. We are going to go borrow an importer because I don't need to walk around with all of this much experience. Yeah, we'll just borrow this from right here. We'll pop him there. We'll do the importer here. Set you to fluids. Watch it drain out the bucket. And then just put everything right back. And there we go. Oh, look. I have to figure out what to do with this other stuff. I don't know. Maybe we'll import that into the system and then run that through the disenchanter. That might not be a bad idea. Happy-go-lucky. We are making gobs of stuff now. All right, so moving right along. Now, do we make the wither farm? Wither skeleton farm? Probably. I think we have all the stuff to do so. And I forgot all about. Yeah, well, yeah. Let's go ahead and make the other one. We can show off that other little piece that I forgot. because I am a dingus today. Let's see. So, what do we need for that? We are going to need another mob duplicators. Oh, bleh. Yeah, industrial, because you know this stuff is always so much fun to make. Not. Why Zoda seems to like doing a lot of this stuff is beyond me. So there's mob, there's mob. Just put those in our favorite items. Oh, could do. Yeah, that's an idea. That is an interesting idea. I'll have to come back to that. Yeah, because we can do multi. All right. I just talked myself into it. Let's go rip up some walls. There we go. Get this to him. I threw all of that back in here. Wow. I just had a whole bunch of followers. Hello and welcome. You getting raided or something? Thanks for all the follows, people. Welcome to the party. Or to the mess, whichever way you want to look at it. Welcome, welcome. All right, am I getting... I feel like I'm getting punked all of a sudden. It's just like... I've got too many coming in here, and I don't know what in the world is going on. Well, welcome, welcome, everyone. We're happy to have you here. Now I'm a little flustered. We'll get back on track. Let's go. Yep. We're gonna get there. We're a compression factory. I don't need him just yet. We will probably pull him in. Actually, that is one way we can do that. All right. So first, crafter first. Crafter first. Wow, there's just a lot of... Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm like, not even certain where all these extra followers are coming from now. Now I'm just confused. Whatever. We'll keep going. We are not going to get completely flustered. There we go. He's plugged in and turned on. Let's get our scaffolding back. Get our concrete back. We're going to go fix up those walls. Just like this. Stone here. Just like that. Enchantment extractor. It might be a good idea to eventually do something with him. Probably should do a lot of things with him. We'll come back to him. Right now, this will be what it is, and I messed this whole pattern up. Wow. Now that's supposed to be like that. Like that. Yes, because it dawns on me that I can actually save myself a little bit of headache this is going to have to move. But we'll cover that on another day. Because we can just run a cable stream around this way. Will do wonders for keeping all of this looking nice and pretty. I wonder. An even better idea. We are so full of ideas today. Or we're full of something today anyways. Plugged in and connected. Give you a card. And then we can do an importer and a cable. Ah, that looks so much better now. That worked wonders. Yeah. Well, we'll welcome all the new followers. They're actually there. I don't even know anymore. On chat. Now I think okay. All right. There's just something going on. I'll figure it out later. We're going to get back to what we were working on because that's the important part. I'm not getting messed up. All right. So dissolution chambers there. You're going to want to take those out, but only long enough to load in the pattern. So the other thing that we need is a importer. We'll just do this the ugly way. And then we'll clean it up later. That is what we will do. Come on, give it to me. Thank you. Because what I want to do now is to put this guy right here. Plug that up that way, and we will set this up to fluids. Bring it out. Drop it in, bring it out. Don't need that right now. Like I said, we'll do it the ugly way to start with, and then we'll clean it up. Stones back away. All right, so what we want is a mob crusher. Make a mob crusher, you need all of these items. But what we're going to do is we're going to teach it how to make we'll start this way, right? So pattern, oh, we're out of patterns. That's the other thing is you can actually request items from the pattern crafter while looking at the pattern crafter. Another one of those nice little shortcuts, mob crusher. So mob crusher is going to take all of these items. We will be making more mob crushers. We will be making more mob duplicators. Really? All right, and there we go, mob duplicator. So we can throw those guys in here. The other items that we want now are going to be inside. Because what we need is to be able to make these guys. So we'll put PM here, just like that. That gets us our pitiful machine frame. We should be able to just look them up by a machine frame. So now, when you do this, it is processing. But also make sure you swap back and forth. So you can see by setting this, right, you can get both the fluids and you make certain both sets of those are there. And you pop it in here. And then what you'll see is you'll actually have in the list of ingredients the fluid latex. All that's really important because it makes your life easier. Make certain that it is registered all of the right items. And so then all you have to do is make certain you have the items in question. Now we could teach it how to make a supreme. I've not had a whole lot of call. Ether gas. Nope. Not teaching it, that one. So that can go in there, that can go in there, because those are all happening at the solution chamber. This will go here because he's a standard guy. And then the question is do we have it? No. Because that will cause everything to fall apart and break. Make certain that your system knows how to make blocks of redstone. Now, we should actually be able to make one of those. Okay, so we have to teach you how to make those. How many slots do we have left in our crafter over here? One slot left. Well, that's not going to be enough. So we're going to make another crafter. I only make these in lumps of one. Mostly because you only need them when you need them. Now, if you don't like all the cable spam, you can actually take the cable spam out. And so we can actually turn this into our own, another wall crafter stack. And so now we can do the same over here, and we can make this start to look very similar, blah. You know, functional. All right, so. No, that's not what we want. Because apparently the system needs to know how to make a sword. All right, mob. And then, yes, gold and diamond gears. Knew we were missing something. Clear that out. Some diamond. There's our diamond, and then clear that out. Where is our gold? Throw them in there. Aha. Life gets easy. So we make our mob crusher first. Go for it. Now, for this guy, we need to get nether scraps and nether wart. So, luckily enough, we have a nether wart farm that we run periodically, because we just haven't been using a whole lot of nether wart. And honestly, we can probably just go grab a stack of nether wart out of the farm, and that will be good enough. Should be good enough. I can't think of any reason why we need... Of course, I've said this twice now today, so I am like failing miserably at anticipating the needs of the moment. So... Oop. I ran upstairs. I've got to fix this stair system here. I keep running up it, and I don't want to go up it. Maybe I'll move it. Ooh, maybe we make a little curved stairs instead of a straight-on stairs. That might not be a bad idea. All right. Throw that in there, throw that in there. We don't need any of that for right now. So, let's go look. Oh, yes. That is definitely a problem. That is definitely a problem. We have an importer? Yes, we have an importer. We are going to want another cable. More coffee, yes. More. Lots and lots of coffee. Because I failed miserably at that. And I'm going to blame Zoda for the rash of follows that just hit my stream like nobody's business. There we go. All right. Yep. I will drink to that. Okay. So that is going. Let's go look up our mobs. Our crusher is made now. And can we make that? No, we need. That's all right. So we have some ancient debris, not a whole lot, but we have some. We throw the ancient debris into the crushing factory. We get dirty netherite scraps. From our dirty netherite scraps, we go to our enriching factory. I need to put some speed upgrades into these. But as Zoda would say, this is how you make some real content. Look at all that pretty netherite that is coming up now. It's his fault. Yeah, let's see. I see you there lurking, Zoda. Normal. Inverted. No, stop. Leave that alone. Just let that cook. I need to put an importer on that as well. So just put importers on all of this and just let it get sucked into the system. Okay, that's weird. Oh, yes, because I was monkeying around with the redstone signal. Wow. There we go. Ignored. Oof. All right, so importer. So at least 3, 4, 5. I'll do 3 importers for right now. Because I'm just going to have everything run right into the system after it gets processed. I can always pull it out of the system and back out if I want to. So save me a lot of headaches in the long term. Of course, it may also fill up my inventory faster. Let's see. But we'll see. Probably already going to get filled up from all the gunpowder and everything else coming. Ooh, wrong direction. Input. No, output. And there she goes. Top is an output. Top is an output. There we go. That should take care of all of that happy-go-lucky mess for us. Mob duplicator, go for it. Make it. All right. So, while all of this is cooking, we are going to go. And I think we're going to go take a stroll around the server, see what everybody's been up to. We've got some new people doing some really wild things out here. So, let's go say hi to people. And since Zoda is lurking, we'll make him the very first one on the list to come say peekaboo to. So Zoda has been having himself a grand old time over here. I think earlier we saw him actually do some work on his colony back this direction. Looks like it. But mostly what Zoda's been doing is going to take an egg to the face. Haha. We're not going to spoil what Zoda's been up to. He's got something going on. He's down there shaking his head. No, go away, go away. He's got a really wild base. If you haven't gone to see it yet, go watch his stream. Go check out his little underground area. He's having some real fun down there. Kelia and their group. Oh my word, they've been busy on their new house. They're not doing so well right now. You should see what, so Kelia and company have been working on this really wild apartment building. I'm guessing it's apartment. I have no idea. It's the house. But it's definitely got a very Asian-y vibe to it. I really would love to know how they did that maneuver. That's just wild. So that's really cool. Maybe I'll talk to Kelia someday and have him show me how he did that. Because I like that. That backdrop is just, yeah. Real first rate. Real cool build. They're still working on the house. I think it's going to be magnificent. There'll definitely be a point to come and see if you haven't done so. Back to the welcome center. Zoda was like, oh, we can come back and come play. So let's go say hi to him. He's down in the Zotelian. I swear I think he swiped a name from Doctor Who. So we can see that he's got his... These are where he's going to do all of his farms at. So a lot of... Okay, Zoda, what have you been doing with these arrows, dude? I don't even want to know. That's a neat trick. He's got a lot of his magic happens behind these walls, and I'll let him show off his little wall of contraptions on the backside. But really, kind of neat infrastructure he's got going on down here. Neat, interesting. Looks like he's doing a vertical build for everything today. So we'll see how that goes. We'll check in with him again and see how he's coming along with that. He continues to grow and expand his area. The next member to go visit and say hi to, we'll go visit Bazinga and company. These are some fun people. So yesterday, Bazinga got his wall up. They've done some work on the house. He's got a real nice working windmill. See, he put the stairs in. That makes that look so much better with the stairs. I think, and I'm not going to be quoted on that one because I don't know, and I'm not going to go digging too much into it, but I'll ask him about it later. But I think this windmill is actually hooked up to an alternator that is generating him all the power he's using. So he's gone completely air-powered for his power generation. Here is the cow farm. It looks like he's expanded his cows and his sheep a bit. This was smaller. This would be Astria's flower farm. She likes her flowers. She decorates with them. And we can see Bazinga he's been busy. It looks like he's added some new buildings to his colony. So they're coming along very nicely as well. But I think the last bit that they've been doing really is they've been working real hard on getting the housing, their home area set up. This wall is a very nice touch. That came out really well. So I don't think they stream, but check in between mine and Zoda's and we'll come out here and keep you guys abreast. Oops. Yeah, I ran out of power. That's all right. This is what happens when you don't use the astral, the mantle like everybody else. Oh, really? But that's okay. Some people like the mantle, some people like the tiara. everybody's got their preferences. So, back to Welcome Center. And the last person we will go check in on is going to be Shale. She is off in the cyan portals. So, interior-wise, her little living area hasn't really changed that much. She has started getting into refined storage, so that's good. It'll help with her storage area. I think she had built here a way to make water, and she was doing the immersive engineering's the cloches, the garden cloches in here, and feeding that to an industrial engineering bio generator system, which I think I'm going to get with her later on. We're going to see about getting that back up and working for her, because that was going to be her primary power source, and I think there's nothing wrong with that. Anybody visiting Shale's place should understand that Shale's colony is like an iceberg, right? So there is the bit that you can see up top, and what you can see up top looks really nice. She's hard at work and very busy. And what you can see up top is really nice. But, like the iceberg, it's not all up top. So, if you follow the train tracks downstairs, she has an entire separate section completely built out down here. And she's continuing to move things around, but it's actually, I think, bigger down here than it is upstairs. And she has dug a lot of this, I would say almost all of this, out by hand herself. And if not, she's had her builders help her with some of this. But it is huge down here. Absolutely massive. We don't know that we can really do it justice. And then on top of all that, below us yet still is where her miner was working at, and his area for mining is just, it's every bit as big as Shale's place and then some. But she has been hard at work doing all kinds of neat little things. And she's been, looks like she's also been playing around and growing end trees out here. I think she decided she wanted to make herself a forest of these things. So everything's busy, busy, busy. I find it nice that, you know, she still hasn't taken down the traveling gift statue. For those of you that might have missed this, push the button, he waves, and he gives you a gift of gold nuggets. Very nice guy. And then, of course, over here is still Shale's bit into redstone, and where we've been doing a good chunk of the Britannia stuff. But I think some of this, if not all of this, may get relocated out of here eventually to the Britannia area. I don't know. Shale may want to just keep this here and have her own Britannia stuff, and then that's perfectly fine too. We'll see what she wants to do. We'll come back to that. So, there is the brief tour of what everybody's been up to. Lots of going on, lots of happenings. Katoa also visits on the server, but his house hasn't changed too terribly much, and I think he basically lives over here at my place. So there is that. Now we do need to figure out, I'm thinking, because it's Britannia, I'm thinking we'll probably do some kind of living wood based castle, maybe. We just need to figure out something to mix in with that. So some kind of cream colored, maybe some limestone from a tomb. We'll have to see how that blends out. But we'll see. We'll look into that. And I think we'll have some buildings, and then we'll actually have some uncovered areas. And I think the majority of the space will be an uncovered area. And then the buildings will be more farm related, more it's doing this for a specific reason, like maybe a building that's just there for the munch to. Keeps the tree a certain size and then does that whole ordeal. We may do it that way. I don't know. Still spitballing ideas. Right. Back to our mobs. So we have our crusher. And there is our imprisoned wither skeleton. So we have that. We have that. What we need now is something from Flux, which is going to be our PowerPoint. Yep. Zoda's out for the night. Take care, Zoda. Have fun. We need some cableage. We're going to need some more cableage. So, basic. Now we get, hopefully that's going to be enough. We'll need some of this. Need some, not a whole lot. And then we will need 2 importers. And we'll need 1 exporter. So there's 1 importer. There's our second. There's our exporter. And we are now ready to go make a wither farm. So let's go to our Hall of Villainy. We are going to grab our Eternium pick, as we are going to make a nice simple 3-way door. Our 3-way hall. Where is my conjure light? Put a light block there. Alright, so 1, 2. This should be good enough right here, I think. Yeah. Alright, and the other thing that we're going to want to do is figure out where this guy is at. So bring up our F3. It's at 87, so 1631. So 736, 736.87. Okay. That is going to be important because that is, yeah. So 736. 87. And if I was a proper content creator, I would know to make it so that everybody can see. There we go. Our stone stack back. So run our cables. So, first things first is going to be our crusher. I think we want our crusher to be, put the cables, there we go. Yeah, we'll put our crusher right here. Just like that. So then, just like that. So we put the exporter right here. Grab our importer right here. Grab our cable right here. Nope, 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 nope. Alright, this is going to be our mob. Computer right here. No. I should put him right here. Then what we can do is, whoops, like that. Grab our power, grab our cables, like that. Plug it into our powerhouse. And then what we need is our importer is going to be set right here. Just like that. This is going to be fluids. The other thing I forgot is that you can actually take essence, just like anything else, and plop it in there. And there we go. Yeah, importer. Is that not the right essence? No, that should be right. Power. Oh, I think I know what the problem is. Nope. No, imprisonment tool is probably half the problem. That should be fine. Exporter for that. So then we should be able to do this. And that should keep him right there. Should. We're going to find out. If I can keep from sliding all over the place. I actually think they look to be exactly the same. They're saying full. Order fluids, types. Let's go look at the fluid storage. It's always something. Well, you got space. Everything's all connected. Let's see, 3 transmitters. That's linked correctly. All right, do we have to jump start it? Yeah, I see you there. I think we have to jump start this for some reason. That'll be fine. There we go. This is weird. Yo, take your arrows somewhere else, dude. That's rude. So rude. All right. You know what? We're going to fix you. No, I want glass. I want a glass trapdoor. I want to watch this guy die over and over again now. I have no glass. Really don't have enough glass for that. Oh, it's because I got it all in create framed. You know what? That's all right. Now what do you think, huh? Yeah, it's still draining the essence away, but it's not filling it back in. Am I missing a line somewhere? Which I'm missing a line somewhere. Nope. It's connected all the way through. All right. Why is this not? Okay. Well, that's interesting all on its own right. Let's see. Should be okay. So quite frankly, something's just all kinds of wonky. Is awfully annoying. No, not importer. Oh, that's the problem. Ah ha 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 ha. Ugh. More coffee. Hang on while I get some more coffee. That's the problem right there. No, no. Give me that. There we go. Oh. Bring in the fluids. Oh. See? Gotta pay attention to what you're doing. And drink lots and lots of coffee. Otherwise, you end up doing like I do and pretty much rip out your entire farm trying to figure out what in the world you screw up on. That's alright. It's done now. It's fixed. It is. And so now, the thing that we want to do is grab this. We want a repeater. This one repeater, bang. Put our repeater right there. Don't need that. We want one of those. Self the lever. Don't need that anymore. Don't need that. It's a little bit of redstone. I only need a little bit. I think that should be good enough. Yep. And there we go. And because I'm such a nice guy, turn this off real quick. There we go. Because we have absolutely no need to get into here anymore to do any kind of more work. So that should be good enough. Add on. It's a big face. Rawr. So long. We can turn him on. Wow, is he spawning that high up? Yep, he is. No, we could, technically, I guess we could push it down a little lower, but it doesn't really make a difference. Dead. All right. Let's see if we are. Oh, no, well, we got one skull. I'm not even certain what. Oh, yep, there's a skull. I just saw it go in there. All right. So if we now look, we should be able to go look up our skulls. We now have 2 wither skulls. All right, so that's done. That's problematic. That's probably got to do with the fact that this guy's not always killing them. So, how do we want to handle that? Do we really care that he's not always killing them? I guess that's the real question. Do we honestly care? I'm going to go with the yes, I care. So, let's get an importer. One. The other thing I think we're going to get is Ender Hopper. Ender Hopper. There we go. Always something. Always something. Ender Hopper. Importer. Cable. Now, I think you should be able to do this. We're going to try it and find out. Put that there like that. Let's put our way in here this way. I want that out of the spawning area, but we should be able to just like that. I would be curious to see if that is going to work or not. We're going to find out. And how will we find out? Well, we will find out by so we'll throw a cable in here. That's how we'll track it. So we have 45 cables. So if we throw a cable, Ender Hopper picks up the cable, right? Right? No. Okay, so that's the thing that we needed to see. Should be fine. So we'll get ourselves a chest. Birch chest. No, let's get a dark oak chest. Pop you there. Pop you there. Check our cables again. Cables. 45 cables. Throw that out. Get scooped up. And we now have 46 cables. There we go. All right. So that should take care of that last little problem that we were running into there with any kind of extras falling off. Close that up. Turn him on. Look at that. Big face. Roar. But now you can see the floor is staying good and empty. And if we go and we look at our gas tiers, look at that. Look at that. They're coming in. All the gas tiers you could ever want. Lots of N crystals. It will be good for our explosive finales. Hope we're not getting... Oh, we may be getting bone from that. Yeah, it looks like we are getting bone. We got 5 skeleton skull heads. Alright, so our Hall of Horrors is working exactly like we want it to. We'll add some more in here and continue to build out other little small farms so we continue to go along and we find other ones we want. The things that we need to do now is get ourselves organized. Take off these night vision goggles because we're not in a dark place anymore. We have stepped into the light. Well, that looks good. So we definitely need to figure out. So one of the things that we can do, or we probably will do, is over here. Over here. Okay. Over and down here. Dibba-dibba-dibba-dibba-doo. We have this in place. What we could technically do is take another exporter and pump all the bones into the formulaic assembler. This would in turn continue to crunch it down and make bone meal. So we can make and then pile into this compacting drawer here. So we technically have now 2 systems that are generating bones. I think that would work. I think that would do what we want it to do. And would fill this guy up, and then we can put a storage. So let's do this. At refined external storage. So we can make one of these guys, plug him in there, and then we would have access to the bone blocks and the bone meal from our storage system. So I think we're going to go whip that up real quick. We'll get that going, and at that point, that is pretty much going to do us for this stream. So we want an external craft. We want some other kind of chest. Whatever. There we go, 1 chest. And then we also want these guys. Of course, you know, it doesn't help when you use the materials that you needed for that on the other thing down there. So, there you go. We do want bone. So what we'll do is grab our exporter first, plug the exporter in here, allow the exporter to export bones into it, and now we should have bones coming in, and we should have bones. Get back over here. We should have bones going out, maybe. Maybe not. Input red. There we go. Now that should be taking it out of the system, and we can run back over here and double check. We'll put another wireless. Yep, there it goes. Bones are leaving the system. That is a good sign. Now we can plug him into here. That's the external storage. And And that should allow us to come back over here and check our bone meal. So there's our bone meal at 93,000. Yes, very good. And there's our 10K in bone blocks. So our external storage connection is also working. Now we have no need to come over here for anything, because everything that could be possibly happening over here, other than maybe grabbing these guys out, so I'm not certain what we would do with any of those just yet, but we will have to keep an eye on that. I don't think I actually need any experience for anything now. That system right there will pretty much keep us in experience and bone meal and whatever else. We technically probably could just throw away everything that comes out from that, and it wouldn't hurt us any. But let's go see, because I think we may have actually overfilled our fluid disk, which would be pretty funny if we had. But yeah, that means that we just need to make more fluid. Make a bigger fluid disk. But that means that we've got a little over 1 million buckets of experience essence in a really short period of time. I'm talking like just in the period of time that we've been dealing with this right now. But it's not. It's about 196. Okay, it's only 19% full, so we've got room. This guy is getting a little on the filled side, but that will be all right. We'll make more disk, and maybe that's the thing that we'll do next time is we'll set this system up. We'll finish hooking in the rest of the farms. We'll get all of the other additional external storages all put up so that everything is in here. All right, I heard it. Oh. Wow, you're a really small guy, aren't you? I'm sorry, dude. I didn't see you down there. But yeah, we'll get the rest of the externals, farms and everything all hooked in storage-wise into here. And then that should be good. We'll have all of our farms plugged in and all of our storage taken care of and all of our farms on whatever. And then we can look into building new farms, or we'll go to Britannia and we'll start building a castle over there, or any number of different things that we possibly can do. Either which way, we're going to have ourselves a good time. But thank you all for coming. Thank you all for showing up. We had a huge blast of new followers, so that was rather weird and interesting, and we appreciate all the new people who are coming in, stopping by, and saying hi on the stream. Keep in touch, drop in. Look forward to seeing you all again next time. My name's Nori.